done 2 days of protests in Toronto already. There was one with just Tibetans on the 7th, and then a protest joined with the Chinese community, the Burmese community, and the Uyghurs on the 8th, after the opening ceremony was aired. And then we have the prayers. It's public prayers for the Tibetan community, and inviting everybody else who's interested. But the prayers are for the Tibetans in South Tibet, and for their welfare and their well-being. And basically, after that, we will have daily prayer vigils at the Chinese consulate, just have a constant presence there. And the 15th is a big day. We have a bus to Ottawa. Just everybody from Toronto will be getting on buses and going to Ottawa and joining people from Ottawa and Montreal for a big protest there on Friday. And then the 16th is a Bike for Tibet in Toronto, which is going to be bike rides all through Toronto, the city, with maybe several hundred Tibetans and any supporters who want to come out. It'll be great. We'll get a lot of the city covered that way. And then the next week we have again prayer vigils every single day. Sherry DeNovo, member of Provincial Parliament here, who's very supportive, is doing a movie showing of Cry of the Snow Lion. And then we also have SFT's film night, which is going to be featuring Dreaming Lhasa.
Yeah, we will be doing the postering too.
Yeah, we're doing postering for that soon as well. And then we'll finish off with a big rally on the Saturday, and then a closing ceremony on the 24th. One of the biggest Tibetan actions that I can think of in Canada, at least. There were 5 Tibetans, including Uyghur right here, who locked down to the Chinese consulate, Chinese embassy gates, with chains.
Yeah.
And big chains. Yeah. And there was a banner that was held behind by 2 Montreal SFT supporters, which read "Tibetans are dying for freedom." And then Butila Karpoche here, her and our Chinese friend Queen Lee.
She had a banner that said "One World, One Dream, Free Tibet" in French, and I had the English banner, and both of us had Tibetan flags. So we climbed the pole. It was a successful action, and none of us were arrested, which was great. We had lots of media come out.
Vancouver had their action, which was fantastic. They basically built a life-size tank out of wood and drove it onto the driveway of the Chinese consulate and parked it there. And then we're very, very proud of the Vancouver group, and I'm very happy about what's happening in Ottawa. Of course, at the same time, Beijing had just happened. There were 2 banner hangs in Beijing just a few hours before that, and in Brussels a blockade, and in London another banner. So it was an incredible global day of action. Unfortunately, in San Francisco, there was Nindak, our good friend Nindak, fell from the Chinese consulate roof after, allegedly after some embassy workers cut her rope. And so we're still waiting to hear back on the investigation of that, but our thoughts and prayers go out for her.
So this is the SFT International blog, and we're just reading up on the protest that took place outside the Bird's Nest Stadium just a few hours ago. The protest was it took place about an hour before the opening ceremony. And as you can see here, we have 3 SFTers holding Tibetan flags. Very, very brave action. And
our other friends from the U.S. and they're bravely flying the flag in front of all these Chinese people and guards who are nearby. And it's just hard to imagine what was going through their minds and the emotions they were feeling before they did this. I imagine that they were very, very scared, but they did it anyways. And I wonder how many people would have the courage to do this. So I hope that they're okay right now. And 6 million Tibetans are very, very grateful to these people.
Took place in Nepal, And since the March 10th uprising in Tibet, Nepal has been one of the most active places where there has been protests going almost every single day. And this is the footage where you see a clash between Nepalese police and Tibetan protesters. To prevent them from getting in, they had huge, plus barricades, plus they had like a huge, the water thing that they used.
We just want to say to the Tibetans inside of Tibet, we are thinking of you. We know that right now it's very difficult and life is not easy at all. And we haven't forgotten about you. And we're doing everything possible to get attention for the situation inside Tibet. And even when the Beijing Olympics ends, we'll work even harder than we are right now. Our work will get even tougher, but we will put even more energy into this. So, 쌤들 마치 먼저 캔슬인데요. 아니 먼저 심으신 같이 탑시요. 아니 니마치 먼저 투백이 띵 아니라며.
Government will do everything we can, and we also understand the risks you took when you stood up against the government in March and April. And we also hear that thousands of Tibetans have been arrested, and we will keep fighting until they get released, and we'll do our every best to make sure everyone's aware and everyone puts pressure on the government, and hopefully the pressure from the international community on the Chinese government will help to release, if not all, some of the Tibetans. And maybe so until 단다 가리치로를 먼저 가리치는 처음 심주디 처음 별에 이렇게 페미선이 자기를 군딜러 1989 나올 이스라엘에 1987 페미선을 군디 어쨌든디 peaceful choi라니 아니 군딜러 나올 스토리스 단다 아주 온데스도 배범하고 되는데 참 가리라는 마시다 견조 참 페미선 참 metro solo letani yalanres onde chini manju onde semshikini amanju samutanda lega de chigies ani kazu chitu bosini ani on big so da singi la kinishi on so da manju kalima ake
아니 만주 별랑제 톱기래 한주 내가 제 망보여래 마시 톱기래라니 랑제 톱기래라니 나라 이치
Ngevel oge sangesire nga ke Nepal ke wings ani Canada leni longa dosu ani tenda anzo SFT de wona yores ani anzo de things SFT lega khachire de sama de office de nama chaire ani anzo pela ego kavana samala 야, 샘플 많아. 나중에 가르치도 정말 즐기니 있어.
My name is Tenzin Giche. I was born in Nepal, Kathmandu. My message to Tibetans in Tibet is don't lose hope. We outside Tibet, we the Tibetans outside Tibet are fighting for the cause, and Tibet will be free one day.